Hello, I'm John Kelly, Team Lead of Dastardly Scientists, and I'm here to give you our weekly update. Unfortunately, the rest of the team are hard at work and won't be able to join me today, so I decided to come over here and just talk to you very quickly. We'll try and keep this video as short and sweet as possible and just get back to work. Progress is going quite well, and we're at a very exciting time in development, which is why the rest of the team aren't here. Everything's sort of coming online, all the functionality is coming together. We've got pretty much all of our features completed now except for environmentals, and we're just taking care of the last couple of little bugs. We're having a small render issue at the moment about the depth buffer on our sprite batches, but that should be sorted by midweek next week, and that's graphical polish at this stage, so we've got most of our gameplay features in there and working. And the only other major one that's left to implement is our research system, and that's a few days worth of work, but nothing that's a major headache. I'm reliably insured by our lead coder. So problems wise, that's about it. We've got all of our assets in for our first 3 races, and it's all working quite nicely. The only sort of art assets we don't have in at this stage are our 4th race and damage models for our planets, and they'll be coming in over the next 2 or 3 days. And we don't see any major problems because our pipeline is nice and streamlined at this stage, and everything comes in without hassle. It takes about 5 seconds per model, and it's a nice easy job. Mentors this week have been very, very useful. We've gotten some people in talking to us about CVs and how to go about looking for work after DARE, giving us very, very positive feedback on the gameplay mechanics behind the game, and people are finding it fun to fly around, just shoot missiles at each other, and we're getting some of the tactics in there. And then we finally have the functionality for our higher tier weapons coming online. People can start to see the tactical interplay between our different weapon sets, and that's really, really cool and very rewarding to see happening. As for the final question here, how has this competition influenced our hopes for the future and what we plan to do? We all were fairly set on going into the industry and getting sort of jobs and just in our respective disciplines and working our way towards design roles at some stage in the future as our sort of primary goals. I think one of the biggest impacts was giving us an overall feel for project development that was very practical in nature. University work is all very well and good, but to actually do it on your own in a very sort of pressurised environment is a massive learning experience and very, very worthwhile. And I think it's something that we will all take to heart very, very seriously. The result of that is a few of us are considering the possibility of going indie at some stage in the future. Not immediately, we would still like to go into the industry and get jobs and do a number of years and build up experience. But we do see ourselves at some stage in the future, maybe coming back together as a group and sort of looking at where we stand financially and seeing if it's a possibility and if the market would support us as a small indie group, getting together to make some very fun small games. But I think the competition overall for the entire team has been very, very good, and it's helped coalesce all of the stuff we've picked up during our undergrads and now during our postgrads into something that's very sort of tangible and realistic for us. We feel we know where we're going. We've gotten a solid handle on games development at this stage. We still have an awful lot to learn, but we feel really well equipped to go into the industry and start jobs and be useful, productive members of the team from sort of day one. Well, that's about it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.